There was a time where I considered myself fairly familiar with the English language. Seemed like I knew most, basic words, at least on a communication level and an interpretation level. Apparently, such is not the case. Happiness. That seems to be something that just about everybody is striving for. But I'm afraid you're going to have to define it for me, because I get a little confused as to what that means anymore. Oh, okay. Well, this is the state of being happy. It's a noun. Isn't that a person, place, thing? I guess it could be argued that happiness is a thing or an idea. Well, that seems rather vague, doesn't it? Our great Canadian friend, Dr. Jordan Peterson, back when he was doing clinical psychology, he had a client at one time that was preparing to go into retirement, and they were kind of developing a little bit of a strategy as to what that was going to look like. This client of his was a little bit nervous about retirement, didn't quite know. So she's talking it out with her therapist. All right, fine. And he said, well, you're going to have to define some things here, such as happiness. What is happiness going to look like for you in retirement? And she said, well, what I think of when I think of retired is a beach, the waves coming in, and maybe an adult beverage and a glass, a little umbrella, and then somebody's coming to, kind of freshen that up for me from time to time, and just relaxing out in the sun and listening to the ocean. And then he said, okay, well, for how long? A day? 3 days? A week? A month? Will you still be happy after a month? I mean, that sounds like cirrhosis of the liver, massive sunburn, perhaps melanoma, skin cancer of some kind, dehydration. How is that happiness? And so we got to define terms here. Now, almost everybody would say they're looking for happiness. I just want to be happy. You deserve to be happy. Well, now we got to look at the word deserve, because I guess I don't know what that means either. Well, the first thing that grabs me is it says verb. That denotes action to me. Done something considered especially praiseworthy or heroic. What have you done to be praiseworthy or heroic? Simply existing? I don't understand these terms anymore. I thought these were just basic words, and I'm clueless. Well, now this is ridiculous. Everybody deserves to be happy. Do they? And for how long? Perpetually? 24/7? You know what makes happiness special is that it's rare. Like anything special. It's a rare occurrence. If you went into your employer first thing Monday morning and right at coming in, you showed up for work and they gave you an ice cream cone, because who doesn't love ice cream? Probably got chocolate on the top of it, because who doesn't like chocolate? And said, man, great job. You showed up. You're 4 minutes early. All right. I get an ice cream cone. Woohoo. And you had a seat at your desk and you broke out, the day's work and clicked the mouse, and here's your boss again with an ice cream cone and chocolate on top. Man, you jumped right in there. You didn't have to be shown what to do or told what to do. You're ready for the day's tasks. Have an ice cream cone. I hadn't even finished the other one yet. And every step along the way, the whole workday, you do anything, and you come back, and it's another ice cream cone with chocolate on it. At some point, that fails to be special. It becomes an annoyance. It's like, all right, with the ice cream, dude, I got to get some stuff. I got 17 cones. I haven't even finished the first one. It's not special anymore. This idea that we can be perpetually happy it's a fallacy. If I'm using that word correctly, I don't know anymore. The trouble with that is when they start changing the definition, or it becomes culturally acceptable to change the definition of basic words, you got a slippery slope ahead of you. You may have entered a brand new relationship, something of an intimate nature, and you just can't get that person out of your head, and everything is just, they can't do any wrong. That's just everything I've ever been looking for, and I am so happy. Then why would there be a divorce rate ever? Why would there be any breakup ever? Because that can't maintain. Happiness is special because it is rare. You can't maintain a perpetual happiness, and so to chase that, to me, boggles the mind. It fascinates me, but not in a positive way. I don't understand it. You cannot be perpetually happy. I mean, the biggest drug users ever in the history of drugs and users aren't perpetually happy because they run out of dope at some point. It's a fallacy. So why would you chase after a fallacy, and how are you going to know if you get there? Let's suppose you do get there and you feel happy. Well, feelings, now that's a temporary thing as well. How are you going to maintain this feeling endlessly, perpetually? I guess forever and ever until you perish. But you're gonna, the same behavior is the same results, and sometimes you just got to throw caution to the wind and go after it, and you go get that happiness wherever that might be. We don't know because nobody can define it, and nobody can explain to me how it is when you get hold of it, you keep it. The all of human history, throughout all the wars and the pandemics and the starvation and the murder and the suffering and then just striving to survive. Did I mention starvation already? I don't know, but it keeps coming up over and over, and it will again. It's a hard thing to be a human and remain alive because you got to eat. Has basic everyday life become so commonplace and so easy for you that now we're chasing after these intangibles, it's the vanishing myth, and it almost is a myth. The thought that you could get hold of it and maintain it and keep it. Happiness, this vague, indescribable, I don't know, but I just feel happy. And it's great while it lasts because it's special, because it's rare, which is why all things that are great are rare. That's what makes them great. They don't happen all that often. You see what I'm throwing down here? Another thing we've kind of found out here is that if you give people, I guess, a certain level of happiness, it fades, because of course it does, and they're more angry than ever. What about my feeling of happiness? Where did it go? What'd you do, screw me out of it? Now they're mad. This is worse than if we'd have never known such good times. Wasn't that Moses and the Israelites? Heck, been better off if we'd have just been slaves. At least we wouldn't have had to eat this stupid manna every day. I mean, it's never enough. But you're still going to go chasing it, man. I don't begrudge anybody for, I guess, feeling happy, being happy. I'm great, I guess. But the thought that you're going to sustain that indefinitely, permanently, or that's even a possibility to achieve, you're going to have to help me to figure this out, because it doesn't make any sense. Chasing, always chasing. This new car is going to make me happy. This new job I'm so happy now. This is way better. Talk to those people 3 years later. That was a bunch of crap. I'm getting screwed and they're working me to death. But you said you're happy. What happened? Throwing their marriage away. Throwing their kids away. Throwing anything away that may have once been held sacred or dear. Because happiness, it's not enough. Wouldn't we be better served learning contentment? And I don't want to confuse that with complacency. But just, be thankful for what you have. And it's like, wow, I've worked hard and somewhat been gifted all of these just absolute marvels of technology, of invention, creation, and it's been gifted to me. And that's pretty dang awesome. But that's never enough. Got to go chasing that happiness. If you find it, put it in a box and wrap it up so all these people can quit chasing after something that we can't even seem to define, actually. That you deserve to be happy. Where's your activity? It's a verb, remember? The thing said. Something to think about. I don't know, maybe not. Hey, thanks for watching. I do appreciate your time. I will see you next time.